You know that feeling when you walk into a room and realize you've forgotten why you went there? Usually you just turn around and try again. But lately there's a new version of that. You're sitting on your couch, you pick up your phone to check the weather, and 45 minutes later you're watching a video of someone cleaning a rug in Sweden. You don't even remember how you got there. You feel slightly dazed, a little drained, and strangely, even though you just saw 1,000 different things, you feel more bored than when you started. We call it phone addiction, but that's a heavy word. Most of us aren't addicts in the traditional sense. We're just human beings whose ancient brains are being outmaneuvered by modern engineering. And here's what nobody tells you. Your phone isn't just a tool anymore. It's a psychological environment that's been specifically designed to make sure you never want to leave. If you've ever wondered why the pull to refresh feature exists, it's not because it's the most efficient way to update an app. It's because it mimics the physical action of a slot machine lever. In psychology, this is known as intermittent reinforcement. If you knew exactly what you were going to see every time you opened an app, you'd get bored and put it down. But because you might see a funny meme, or like on your photo, or an urgent email, but you don't know when, your brain stays in a state of constant anticipation. Research from Stanford University shows that this uncertainty actually creates a larger dopamine spike than the reward itself. Your brain isn't addicted to the content. It's addicted to the possibility of the content. You're playing a game of digital slots every time you swipe, and the house, the apps, always wins your time. Think back to the last time you stood in a line at the grocery store, or waited for a bus without looking at your phone. It probably felt itchy, uncomfortable, almost like a physical wait. We've reached a point where we have effectively deleted dead time from our lives. But psychologists are discovering a disturbing paradox. Digital switching, the act of jumping from video to avoid boredom, actually makes us more bored. A 2024 study published by the American Psychological Association found that fast-forwarding through videos or switching apps reduces our satisfaction and meaning, leaves us in a state of chronic understimulation. When you never let yourself be bored, you never let your brain enter what neuroscientists call the default mode network. This is the state your brain goes into when you're daydreaming or just staring out a window. It's where your most creative ideas come from, where you process your emotions, and where you consolidate your memories. By filling every 10-second gap with a scroll, we're essentially starving our creativity to feed our distraction. Here's the part that might surprise you. You don't even have to be using your phone for it to be affecting your brain. Researchers at the University of Chicago conducted an experiment where they asked participants to perform cognitive tasks while their phones were either on the desk, in their pockets, or in another room. The results were startling. Even when the phones were turned off and face down, the people with their phones on the desk performed significantly worse. They called this the brain drain hypothesis. A portion of your brain is constantly dedicated to not checking your phone. It's a background process, like a computer program running in the tray, eating up your mental RAM. Your cognitive capacity is literally lower just because the device is within your line of sight. It's not that you're distracted. It's that you're using your precious energy just to stay focused. We've all been phubbed, phone snubbed. It's that moment when you're telling your friend something important and they glance down at a notification. Psychologically, this triggers a sense of social exclusion. Even if it's just for a second, the message being sent is, the person on this screen is more important than the person in front of me. This leads to what's called social displacement. We're trading deep, high-quality face-to-face interactions for shallow, low-stakes digital ones. Over time, this doesn't just make us lonelier, it makes us less empathetic. We start to see people as profiles rather than humans. So is the answer to throw your phone in a lake and move to the woods? Probably not. We live in a digital world, and these devices are incredible tools for connection and learning. The goal isn't abstinence, it's digital autonomy. It's about moving from a high contingency environment where the phone tells you when to look, to a low contingency one where you decide. Small changes actually have massive psychological payoffs. 1. The other room rule. When you need to focus or sleep, put the phone in a different room. Eliminate the brain drain by removing the visual cue. 2. Embrace the itch. Next time you're waiting for 2 minutes, don't pull it out. Let yourself be bored. See what your brain does when it's allowed to wander. And 3. Audit your notifications. If a like isn't an emergency, it shouldn't be a buzz in your pocket. The truth is, your phone is a master at promising you more. More news, more laughs, more connection. But often it gives you less. Less focus, less sleep, and less presence in your own life. You aren't addicted because you're weak. You're just a human being in a very loud digital room. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is just walk out and close the door for a while. If you're watching this on your phone right now, maybe this is your sign to put it down after the video and just sit for 5 minutes. I promise the world will still be there when you get back. If this deep dive helped you understand your habits a little better, please subscribe. And if you want to support our mission to bring more psychology-backed wellness to the world, hit that join button to become a channel member.